excited for our very next topic. And think about where we are standing right now. What you're seeing behind us, a physical space and digital content completely emerged.
It's actually a bigger shift than it just looks like. For a long time, digital in a physical space was just adding a screen to a wall, just adding an extra layer on something that already exists.
Right, and Stephan Nabbefeld, managing director of Sigma AV, has been asking what comes after that. What happens when physical and digital stop being two separate systems and start functioning as one?
He calls it Hybrid Spatial, media technology as a structural element of space, something that shapes how an environment works and how people move through it.
And through real case studies, he'll show what that looks like in practice.
And I think with what's behind us, we're already in it.
Please welcome Stephan Nabbefeld onto our stage.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, and we hope you enjoy this little world of yours.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon. Let me start my short presentation with two little questions to think about, because I think that you've seen a lot of technology today and here on the EuroShop 2026. So the first question is, have you seen more screens than you count or can count? And the second one is, have you stepped into new types of environments? Because I think, as mentioned in the introduction, that physical and digital are no longer separate, because spaces are becoming interactive, environments are becoming intelligent, and experiences are becoming hybrid. So when the environment itself becomes the interface, I think we enter a new category. And that category is what I want to call now hybrid spatial. And before we dive deeper, I would like to introduce myself. So I'm the guy on the right side here on the picture, managing director at Sigma. And since last year, Marco, the left one, and I have been leading the company together. So we are combining strategy and operations. A bit to myself, I hold a bachelor's degree in media technology and a master's degree in digital business management. And privately, I'm doing a bit of music. I'm playing the drums, and in my current role, I'm trying to bring all of that together. So a bit of technology, a bit of business thinking, and experience design. So what is Sigma? What are we doing? We are AV integrator in Germany, and we want to combine technical excellence with a strong service mindset. So our focus is on partnerships and high-quality execution. So we are doing full service. We are starting at consulting, doing the integration part, doing the service and some rental projects. We are 80+ professionals and focus on corporate, retail, and complex AV environments. And at this point, I want to say thank you, and I want to say that I'm proud that Sigma could contribute to this booth and stage. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's involved, especially Guido, Annesine, Lars, Geray, Melanie, and Katrin from messeduesseldorf. And everyone is involved in this cool project. And last but not least, our fantastic Sigma team who helped bringing this to life. So thank you so much, and great to having this time together here on stage. Now I want to start with my topic. So we are talking about retail, and retail used to be a destination, and maybe then later it became a channel. And today it's something else entirely. So retail is becoming a system of spatial interactions. And it's driven by how people behave and how they expect brands to behave with them. So over the next 20 minutes, I'd like to explore what that truly means for us in AV. And the question is why hybrid spatial matters now. And it's because hybrid spatial is not just about systems, it's about how people experience space and why it's fundamentally changes how we, as AV integrator, or everyone else designing environments. So retail is not losing against digital. Retail is losing against relevance. Because relevance is fragile and because customers don't walk into stores for information. I think that's a point we know, everyone knows. So information is solved usually before and online, and we are walking in stores for something else. So customers come for orientation. They come for reassurance, and they come for clarity in complexity. And I think we need to talk about these five topics. I'd like to start at confidence. So they come to stores to reduce uncertainty, to feel sure about what they buy or what we want to buy. So the store must make my decision feel safe, and for that I need orientation. So people want endless choice. They want direction, I think. So a good retail space guides you without shouting at you with some topics or some content. Because you as a customer want interaction. So retail is still the only channel where a brand can truly respond in real time. Not with buttons, but through human and spatial interaction. So as a customer, you want exploration. Stores, I think, are no longer places to find a product. They are a place to discover the meaning, the identity, or the new ideas of the displayed products. And last but not least, for all of these topics, we need clarity. So in a world of noise, the most valuable retail experience is just simplicity. So clarity is the new luxury. So people come to avoid uncertainty. But retail is used to be about displaying products, as I said before. So today, however, retail must project confidence. And I think that's a very different task for all of us. And I think what we are experiencing across all over our retail projects is that we see more screens, we are installing more screens, we have more touch points, we have more interaction. And I think this reaction from the industry is very predictable. So what are we experiencing? So the information lives on screens. The advice happens only at the counters, and the digital journeys stop at the door. So the experience in the store feels fragmented, and nothing connects between all of these little steps. So with Hybrid Spatial, you can turn the space itself into the interface. And Hybrid Spatial describes the seamless integration of the physical environments. Then we have the media technology, and we have the digital interaction. So all of them are working together as one coherent experience. And the key point is here, as you can see on the left side, we have not parallel layers, we have just one system. Yeah, one system. So the store becomes a shared environment between customers, products, brand narrative, sensors, and algorithms. So we have all operating inside one spatial logic. And now I want to describe two stores. We have store A. You have screens everywhere. You have static content. You have an app that works outside but not inside. And you have stuff disconnected from digital systems. So everything functions, but nothing connects. And on the other side, you have store B. As you enter, the lighting subtly shifts, the content adapts to time of day, the navigation reacts to traffic density, products trigger contextual storytelling. And stuff tablets know your previous interactions. You don't see the technology here. You feel coherence. And I think that is hybrid spatial we need to think about in the future for designing retail spaces and environments. So we are talking about commercial logic here, and the hybrid spatial is not an aesthetic experimentation. So when the space reduces friction, I would say conversion increases. I would say returns decrease. I would say the revenue per visit increases, and the average order value increases too. And this is not because of spectacle, it's because of clarity. So hybrid spatial does not increase experience, it increases the system efficiency. And I think we all know that immersive environments increase dwell time. So longer dwell time increases memory encoding. And the memory increases preference, and preference drives purchase. So hybrid spatial works because it aligns emotional flow with the spatial design. And that, or it, respects how humans actually decide for buying products or deciding for some products to buy in the future. And very important to see, I think that's not innovation. It's normality, and this generation does not reward effort. It rewards systems that work, as I said before, and up to now. So if a space does not respond, it does not convert. And if the infrastructure fails, the experience collapses, and the experience fails when the systems fail. So the infrastructure decides success, and hybrid spatial only works when infrastructure is coherent. So viewing the AV part, so we need physical AV infrastructure. We need media and control systems. We need some sensors and contextual data, and we need an orchestration and intelligence layers. And these are not isolated components or products, it's just one architecture. So this is the point where the role of AV changes fundamentally. So we are moving as Sigma and all other AV integrators from installing hardware to designing behavioral systems. And I think it's just responsibility. So hybrid spatial must be designed carefully. We need privacy by design. We need an offline capability. We need accessibility first. And we need reduced cognitive load. Because if we overload people, we lose them. And if we respect them, we earn them. And the goal is not complexity. The goal is here invisible intelligence. And at this point, I want to take a quick step back and want to summarize where we are now. So we said this is not innovation, it's normal. And we said this generation does not reward effort. And we said that they reward systems that work. So the future of retail is hybrid. And now I think we used to take a look what's next. And I think here's the economic consequence. So if a space does not respond, it does not convert. And the experience fail when systems fail. So latency breaks immersion, and desynchronization destroys trust. So the downtime kills the return on invest. And now from installations to systems, so how the AV industry makes these shift. So we had then some screens, some players, some cabling, and now we need network media systems, sensor-driven environments, real-time orchestration, and life cycle and service models for all these systems. So I would like to say that there is a hybrid spatial stack for the AV industry. So we need one system with maybe 4 layers. So we are talking about the physical AV infrastructure. We are talking about the media control. We are talking about the sensor and context. And we are talking about orchestration and intelligence. And all layers depend on the integration quality. So where good AV integration wins, media and control is the core competence. So we need a good content distribution and synchronization. We need remote updates. We need a fail-safe logic. And we need monitoring and uptime. So I think these points are very important to think about AV in context of retail. And hybrid spatial is not about technology. It's about rethinking space itself. So the most successful retail environment of the future will not look like technology showcases. So people will feel natural, responsive, and meaningful. And they will blur boundaries. So between product and story, between physical and digital, and between brand and customer. So in the end, hybrid spatial retail is not a trend. It's a structural response and how people live, move, and decide today. So the question is no longer whether retail will become hybrid and spatial, but whether we design it intentionally. So that brings me to the end of my keynote. So if this sparked any questions, comments, or thoughts, join us at Just the Lounge in Hall 10 at booth A48. Thanks for joining, and I really appreciate your attention, and maybe we can have some time for some Q&A.
We have some time for a few questions, so don't be shy and definitely ask. We have a microphone for a better communication, so...
I'm happy to run around.
Die Fragen gehen auch auf Deutsch.
Wie ihr wollt, ist mir egal. Das heißt aber, wenn ein Retail Space designt wird, wann ist denn der beste Punkt, dass man sein Tech-Team mit an Bord holt? Also du hast Architekten, du hast Retail-Designer, du hast Marketeers, du hast die Marke. Und aus meiner Erfahrung kommt dann immer ganz am Ende. Und da brauchen wir noch einen Bildschirm.
Das ist ja das, was wir auch eben erleben, und am Ende der Screen ist halt eben das Mittel, um es irgendwie digital zu machen. Aber eigentlich, bevor du anfängst, überhaupt über ein neues Design nachzudenken, müsstest du schon über die Technik nachdenken. Weil wenn wir über Daten reden und Datenbanken und Datenerfassung, muss ich mir die Struktur vorher bauen und nicht erst, wenn ich schon den Rest gebaut habe. Deswegen, eigentlich müsste man es genau andersrum denken, wie es eben gerade eigentlich passiert.
Danke für die erste Frage. Noch jemand?
Ja, wenn sonst keine Fragen da sind, dann möchten wir uns recht herzlich bei Ihnen bedanken für die Präsentation, für die Einblicke.
Sehr gerne.
And yeah, you heard about it, and you know where to find them. So definitely check that out, and thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Before we welcome our next guest from Modern Expo, we will take a short 10-minute break, and I'm happy to see all of you back here.